Usually it's all fun here on Fog Wrestling, but sadly a wee bit of a somber tone today as it is the series finale of AEW Rampage. Welcome back to the channel. It's sad times indeed. You know, I couldn't think of a worse way to enter the Christmas period here with the ending of AEW Rampage. It makes me want to go on a rampage. I don't know what I'm going to do on my Friday nights no more without this show taking up an hour of my life, because it was great. It was a great run we've
So
had.
great. We've maybe watched it once in 3 years. So, aye.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that intro was as sincere as it lasted. Now it's out the window.
I think
I hate wrestling.
I don't even think I watched the debut Rampage.
I don't think I watched the CM Punk one.
I think I did.
I don't think I did. No, there was a period on this channel, man. These shows were getting reviewed. Can't say I was watching them, but they were getting reviewed to some degree. So,
you know what? I think I watched the CM Punk one. You'd like to think we watched the debut of Rampage. I couldn't. See if somebody says to you, right, I'll give you $10 million if you name me one thing that happened on the original Rampage.
$10 million.
Could you name it for $10 million?
2021. It was around June, wasn't it?
Aye.
June, July 2021. Oh, I couldn't even tell you who was world champion then. Who was world champion when Punk? It was Moxley. Moxley was on the show with the belt cutting a promo.
Was he?
I don't know. It's a guess. I'm hazarding a guess. Anyway,
I'm going to...
well, we're not going to check it, so...
I am.
He's going to check it while I talk some greatness about Rampage. But yeah, my Friday nights will never be the same. Tony Khan began the show here in the Hammerstein Ballroom.
I'm going to guess that Sammy Guevara was on it.
There we go. Yeah, AEW President Tony Khan announced this will be the final Rampage for the time being, so the door is left open. Personally, I prefer my doors closed rather than ajar, especially when it comes to Rampage, so hopefully we never see it again, but you never know. Maybe this will open up the door for AEW Shockwave, but yeah, there's just nothing interesting about this show. You know, it is literally AEW Dark, apart from the fact it's not called Dark, but Collision's turning that way, hell, even Dynamite's turning that way, so yeah, Tony Khan appearing on Rampage. We can all question when the death of this company's going to be, but I think once shows start getting cancelled, you're on the right path, aren't you? I mean, this show came in to be the second best show the company had, and it's getting cancelled now. So, can you confirm or deny John Moxley was on it?
Nah, we're both wrong. Britt Baker versus Red Velvet for the AEW Women's World Championship. Miro versus Fuego del Sol, whoever that is, for the AEW TNT Championship. And Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage for the Impact World Championship. Here, not going to say the show sucked because it had 3 title matches, but you don't get that anymore on Rampage.
No, you don't get that anymore on Rampage. That did a 0.740. I mean, that's the day. I mean, that's a good few years ago where you would say this company was doing much healthier, much better. Not exactly that good, is it?
No, you had the big spike when CM Punk appeared a week later.
What was the rating after the CM Punk?
It just went down after that, and then it just got lower, 0.64, 0.623, and trust me, it didn't stay in the 600s for thousands for long.
They gave up after a couple of weeks there with the ratings. But anyway, Tony Khan kicked us off. Final thoughts before we get into the show. End of an era.
Don't really get the point of the show. I think it pretty much became obsolete when Collision came around. And now there's this new show, Shockwave. I don't see the point of Rampage. For me, I think a show should have a vision. I think it should have a purpose. And I don't really know what the purpose of Rampage was. At first, I thought it was just an extra hour of TV. But then again, they brought out Collision, and that was like the secondary shows. Like, what is Rampage for? Is it for the up-and-coming stars? Is it for... You know, like, I think a show should either be for the young kids or for like a female show or a male show or a show where, you know, that focuses on title matches. You know, I think a show should have an identity, and Rampage, I don't know, it's just like an extra hour of Dynamite.
Yeah.
And when it was an extra hour of Dynamite, it was worth talking about. It was worth covering. But it quickly went from being an extra hour of Dynamite to like an extra hour of Dark.
Yeah.
And nobody cares about Dark.
No one cares about Dark.
And now Rampage is going to be permanently
let
left.
me turn
in
the
dark,
light on here because this is a spoiler. ROH champion Jericho pinned Bowens after Brian Keefe and Max Caster had a tug of war, but the belt let go and it hit Bowens in the face, which prompted Jericho to get the pin. Thoughts on that?
Good for him.
Good for Chris Jericho, the Apple. AEW Tag Champions Private Party defeated Leo Sparrow and Alec Quest. Leo Sparrow and Alec Quest. Leo Sparrow and Alec Quest. Thoughts on that?
I'd just love to sit here and pretend that they're great wrestlers and I'm going to miss them, but...
Speaking of great wrestlers, though, two guys came out. Leo Rush and Alex Andretti. They brawled in the aisle. Top Flight guy got involved. And all three teams fought and were pulled apart by security. And I bet you no one could tell who was security and who were the wrestlers.
Remember the days when Jericho used to brag about making this guy and he says that he created a new star in Action Andretti?
It's mental, man. I used to respect Jericho. I used to think his opinion was so valid. Then he joined this company and he sold it for the money, man. I wouldn't trust Jericho to run a bath these days without spitting it in the king of the bathroom pish or something. Seriously. I mean, do you remember listening to his podcast? And it's like, oh, this guy's so knowledgeable. And I'm not saying Jericho ain't knowledgeable, but it's like, I think you have to take everything now with a pinch of salt. I think this AEW run has butchered his in-ring career and it's butchered him. This is a guy who used to stand up to people like Vince, Brock. He spoke up for what's right. He's just sold it for a fucking paycheck now.
Tony Khan's money, making him sell out.
Yep, Thunder Rosa defeated Leila Gray, I don't care. Yep, brilliant. Nick Wayne with Christian Cage and Mama Wayne and Kip Sabian defeated... Hook won. See Hook and Nick Wayne, man, it's the same guy. I'm telling you. It's the same bloody guy.
Same guy, man.
It's the same guy. And that was your show. That was your R. I have no idea what ended the show, but there was nothing on this show that would warrant the series. Think of the great series finales, man, like wrestling history. Look how WCW ended. Ric Flair against Sting. What this show get? Chris Jericho done against Anthony Bowens.
Considering this was last show, could Tony Khan not have went all out and tried to do like a mini 1 hour pay-per-view? I think that could have been something.
Could he not have just had Moxley take over and like cancel the show or something? Get a bit of heat back, destroy the set. Why not do something like that? You know what I mean? To try and force something, but instead Tony Khan comes out and goes, you know what? The ratings are shite and I'm ending it. How fucking pathetic does that look? At least something along. I'm going to assume he said something along those lines. At least in Nitro, man, like they ended it with Shane. You know what I mean? They turned it into an angle. I think it would have been very depressing if WCW just ended it.
Good night, everybody. Catch you next week. Oh, wait.
There is no next week. There is no tomorrow. But anyway, guys, there will be tomorrow on Fog Wrestling. Wrestling's shite, honestly. This period's about survival. It's simply about survival. But guess what? Later on tonight, 31st of March 2003, the Raw After Mania 19 is live at 10 p.m. That's 5 p.m. Eastern. That's 2 p.m. Western. And whatever actually, is it 2 p.m. Western? I don't know. Whatever time you Yanks wake up, I'll be there.
I'll be there, guys, and you can watch some good shit.
Till then, though, peace.